All right, something's weird with my camera setup today. What am I doing here? Black is all purple. Seems like it. So, turn off the banner. Back at it again. Trying to unwind a bit with a light paint session. We'll work on this. Continue working on this Silver Surfer panel. See how long that takes. And oh, looks like Jalen Warner is going to be hopping in a second. I'm just going to get my stuff ready here. Only going to be on for about an hour. And I've said that before and I ended up dragging, but like seriously, I can only stick around for an hour. Let's bring in Jalen Warner. Hey, buddy. You there? Is he there? Not sure my audio is working. Let's try that. I'm not sure what he's doing. That's lovely. Make sure the audio is working. Is this thing on? It is. And he's gone. Man down. Check back on him later. While he figures out how to work technology. So last time I worked on this piece, I was doing the toning, like the undertone on the surfer there. And I realized that I didn't put gloss medium all the way down. So I did another coat of gloss medium. So hopefully that should be all good now. Start blocking in more colors. I was going to work on the board, but nah. Start, let's see. Oh yeah, so much better. Paint's actually sticking on. Let's try Jalen again.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My microphone wasn't picking up. So, you there?
Are you there?
Hello?
Hi.
What's going on?
It's shaking.
Yeah. Just same old, same old.
All right.
Projects around the house, work projects, other things, whatever.
Same old, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my wife had a what is it, like a review kind of a thing with her boss the other day. So this is just be doodling a little bit today. Yeah, so she had that the other day, and so that was fun. Let's see. By the way, I know you like these.
What are these?
The Cola Race,
Oh yeah, I love the cola race.
the Fabers. I found like a giant pack of these down in my crawl space. When doing some of the cleaning there.
I like them. It's just a nice balance of softness and can erase most of it. So good for sketching for me, anyways.
That and it kind of disappears too when you do.
Well, you can smudge them as well,
Yeah.
right? To get some blends. Sort of, maybe.
So yeah, I did scan this man thing that I did
Oh yeah.
last time, and for some reason, because I wanted to blow it up and then just transfer it.
Yeah.
But it was for some reason my printer is kind of acting up a little bit, so I'm just gonna just go direct drive on the tracing paper here,
That works.
and then using this more or less for reference, and I'll probably put like Swamp Thing back here.
So
Anyway,
you are going to end up putting Swamp Thing in there?
yeah, I think so. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is that board I was telling you about.
Oh, the big plywood, or what is it? Is it plywood?
Yeah, basically it's birch. So it's got, you can see the grain in it and stuff. I put like a orange reddish, kind of a layer on there to just have a surface to actually paint on, and then hopefully it'll make things pop, all the green pop.
Cool.
So
But you're not doing, well, obviously you're not doing a gesso layer.
no, I'm just going to go direct drive. I think it'd be kind of cool to, if I can get it, depends on how it all works out, but if I can get like the wood grain to actually kind of show through the painting a little bit,
Yeah.
that could be a pretty cool effect.
Oh, totally. That could look really good.
So we'll see. Did you share this with anybody, or?
No. I just went live and like, let's see what happens. I tweeted it.
Oh,
to my 7 followers.
nice. Let's see. Share this video with friends.
I should really be more organized and schedule an event and do all of that. But it was kind of like a message earlier saying maybe I'll go live, depending how the rest of my day goes.
Yeah.
I was hoping for 5, that didn't work. So here we are. And I got like a solid hour, but no more. So
Okay.
I can get some washes in on this piece here.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm really not liking this board.
You're what?
I don't like this board.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much hate it. But I feel like I've spent too much time on it already for me to just throw it in the fire pit.
Right.
So
Let's see.
I'm gonna give it the old what's the phrase? College effort.
Oh wait. There we go. trying to share this. Let's see. There we go.
I think last time I tried to do something like 5:30, there's nobody around.
Let's see. Let's see who's on. We got this guy. Ian's around.
Probably forgot to turn his phone off. Should be sleeping.
I think it's, well, maybe. Let's see. I'm just looking to see who's on. Let's see. Go there. Uh, do, do, do.
So how's your projects coming?
All right.
They are.
Some. Sorry, I'm just where is hold on. Still goofing around with this thing. It's a little bit different on the iPad here.
What, the invite?
Yeah, because I don't have Messenger on my iPad.
Oh, you got to do it through the browser.
No, there's a way to do it, but it's kind of a backwards thing.
Got to figure out how to get these videos to stay on stream on Twitch after the fact. Because none of my streams are there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I thought they stay, but apparently not. So I don't know if I need to re-upload it after or whatever. Hey, look, there he is.
Who's that?
Stop tapping the bloody thing and start drawing, goddammit.
Yeah. Who said that?
Ian.
Oh. Yeah. Well, see? Now I gotta tap it more. There we go. Now I see the. We're good.
Tap, 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 tap.
Tippity tap tap.
Isn't it? It's got to be. What time is it in the UK? Is it 7 hours ahead? So it'll be 17 plus 7. Like midnight.
Oh boy. So Norin, did you catch Norin what yesterday when he was looking at stickers or whatever? I popped in for a minute or two because I was at my daughter's soccer practice, but
I don't think I saw that.
yeah. Dan's at work reading captions. Anyways, popped in and he basically gave me a little bit of a shout out, just saying, that they got the package that I sent them, and so he showed Ian what was in the care package, if you will.
Oh, okay.
So
can you say what you sent him?
you know what? I mean,
That's fine.
I could, but what I'm gonna let them,
Oh, okay. So
steal the thunder there.
all right.
Because what yesterday was National Black Cat Day or whatever.
So I've heard.
And so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna post anything because then it's just gonna be a rerun later, maybe. So we'll see.
All right.
But
geez, Ian hasn't watched this video.
Well, I mean, it was actually, yeah, it was probably about this time. really. So it was definitely later in the day for Ian.
I can understand me not watching it because I can't even say his name properly. But Ian,
I'm talking about Norton.
yeah, Norton.
Norton.
Yeah, 11:30 Ian's time.
Yeah.
Late. It wouldn't be that late for you, Ian, if you moved to North America. Like that sign. I'm sure you've seen it. If you lived here, you'd be home by now. A lot of people use that.
Oh, I'm no, no, I have not seen that.
You never seen that?
No. Is it a Canadian thing?
I don't think so. Mm,
I use that with some friends of ours. They used to live right down the street, and then they turn around and they move to another town, and they're always complaining about stuff. So it's always funny to just turn around and say, "Well, you wouldn't have that problem if you didn't move."
yeah. Yeah. So Ian says he's watching this video 10 minutes at a time, so we'll be done by 2023. And that math is solid.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. I mean, I can't verify it. If JD was around, he could confirm your math, but
Bust out his abacus, abscinus.
yeah, abacus. I can probably do compound fractions and compound interest calculations in his head.
That's what all the tapping was really for, because I couldn't find Kim Jong Dun.
Maybe he blocked you.
Probably.
Uh,
So what's a good word?
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working on my project there. I think I have 10, 11 left on that project.
And that's
Then, sorry?
is that overall? Is it just one project?
I just have one project left. And then I'm doing, is it Bianca Thompson's artist sketch card? I can't remember now.
Okay. Yeah.
The horror one.
Yeah, I tried to get in on that. She was like, "Oh, the list is full." I'm like, "All right, well, whatever."
Next time.
Yeah.
I tried to get it on the first one, and it was the same thing. It was like I
It was
messaged
yeah.
her the next day, and he's like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, it was like a full on, like, yeah, just try the next time. I was like, no, that's putting a little too much pressure on me. It means I got to pay attention to stuff.
Yeah,
Why don't you contact me? I mean, not
she might. I mean, she's nice, and she might.
not trying to be arrogant or anything, but it's just, dude, I don't have time to pay attention to every little.
have you have your people call my people? We'll do lunch.
Exactly, we'll do lunch.
They're big shot over here.
And I know it sounds arrogant as hell, but that's not what I was.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, yeah, I got, it's like I got so I finished that project with the ceiling fan
Yeah.
in the living room. Oh yeah, no, now I got to put another one in my daughter's room. Oh, I mean, it was like I went to Home Depot the other day, and by the way, the Home Depot here does not have artist brushes.
They have them online.
Well, they didn't have them at the Home Depot.
Oh, at the actual store.
Store. So, but anyways, so I had to go, and as it turns out, had to, invest in like, was it the some electrical tester type thing or whatever, because the way I was testing the electricity was literally taking a screwdriver and poking at the hot lead. So I thought maybe it's probably a better idea to actually get the right tool for the right job.
Yeah.
So that was
Oh, sorry. The next time Rodney and Sean do a stream and they talk about their tool of the week,
yeah.
I was gonna comment in and say my favorite tool of the week is Jalen Warner.
Well, you know what? This week will be perfect because I'm actually going to be with them on Thursday.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
So yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, well, I know I turned the circuit off, but I was still really, really scared to just poke the hot lead.
Oh man, a couple years ago I was changing an outlet and my girlfriend was by the fuse box and I flipped all the fuses off, right?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I know it's dead. And then she like I'm changing the outlet and she just says like, are you sure you turned that one off? And flips it.
No way.
And yeah, like and I had a screwdriver in there and it's like a grounded driver or whatever, but it's still popped.
Right.
Right? I'm like, yeah, it was off. It's not off now.
Yeah. No, that was yeah, that was and you know what's funny is that I didn't know this. So I had a friend of mine came by, and his family owns they own a couple of pizza joints, and he had been pretty involved in turning around and doing a lot of the stuff for setting up the pizza ovens and um and then obviously setting up their network and stuff for their uh, for the what is it, money, for the money
The
stuff,
point of
like
sale.
yeah, the point of sale stuff. And so it was and he kind of walked around with the electrician a lot to doing a lot of that stuff. So he picked up a lot of the electrical type stuff.
Okay.
So he came by and he's like looking at the wiring in the house, going, "Yeah, dude, I don't know what the heck they were thinking when they did this." Um, but it was so we got a couple things sorted out, but it was what was uh cool was that I got to kind of see where what I need to do apparently now for the other room. So that was but he he mentioned, oh yeah, none of these switches or outlets or anything like that have electrical tape wrapped around them. Like, electrical tape? What are you talking about? I've never in my life seen an outlet or anything wrapped in electrical tape.
What
Well,
do you mean the
apparently,
outlet itself?
what's that?
Which part of the outlet?
Well, apparently, where all the leads go to, just all the metal on the leads. So you can grab it while it's hot, because the electrical tape will just insulate it.
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, neither have I. But so I was like, okay, I guess I got to go through the house and put electrical tape on everything.
All right. Sounds like another fun project at the Warner house.
Yeah, one more.
And I thought the story is going to lead to you saying, so I'm getting a pizza oven.
Mm. No, nothing that awesome.
What are you thinking about, aren't you?
No, it's more like thinking about investing, because they're kind of killing it as far as their
No.
business. We're in Chicago and they do New York pizza.
Isn't that like blasphemy?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, it's all right. I'm not a huge fan of New York pizza, New York style pizza, but I am a fan of money, so that works.
What is New York style pizza? Is that super thin?
It's kind of thin, big pies, big slices. Um, Not like a thin crust. It's like, it's like a Little Caesars, so to speak.
Little Caesars here is a deep dish, so I don't think it's the
Oh,
same.
okay. Then I don't know, like a standard kind of pizza, and then you got Chicago style, which is like the super thick dough and stuffed.
Like a pan. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
like Chicago style
not,
pizza.
not but see, pan is more Detroit style, so it's like a stuffed crust kind of a thing.
That's
Donald,
Chicago. Sorry, stuffed crust is Chicago style.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
Donald, thanks for tuning in, joining.
Semper Fi, brother. Just taking a minute to doodle.
Diddle diddle. So we're not on FCCW, right? No. So this fine lady here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I've decided that I'm gonna randomly insert that into one of the people's packages that has ordered an AP whenever those get approved.
Hmm. Would it be randomly inserted into Kim Jong Un's?
No, it's he's excluded. I have a very special gift for him,
Ah,
which I will not share publicly, but
oops. I got my remote control for everything in the office, which is basically a Force FX lightsaber.
oh
So
yeah,
so I can
yeah,
just read everything.
squirrel girl with boobs, yes, slutty squirrel girl. Ian says you've never had pizza until you've sat in a terrace bar overlooking the Bay of Naples, eating a fresh made Italian one. That's not pizza. That's pizza.
Yeah, the Neapolitan. We got a couple of those joints here. I actually did a logo design for a local Neapolitan pizza joint. Designed it for the place,
Nice.
and then apparently they weren't doing so well, so they went to Detroit style.
You ever try to make pizza on the barbecue?
I have not.
Oh,
I
it'll change your
I've
life.
never done. I've actually never made pizza. The yeah, I generally just do just dead animals on the grill.
The roadkill special.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, roadkill rampage. Yeah. Don, I'm gonna do a painting on this board. I've got this piece of 1/4 inch plywood that I found in my garage. I'm gonna do a painting on. So I figured what would be neat was with the grain of the wood and trying to incorporate it into the painting, doing Swamp Thing and Man Thing. So what I'm doing is, um, because my printer's kind of flaking out on me a little bit, so I couldn't take this and blow it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just drawing this out, and then I'll transfer it to the board to paint on. So it's this is because I didn't want to pull out paints working on Electra. I can't pull out other things that I'm currently working on. Um, so I figured I'd go ahead and get a little bit of a head start on this.
So, sorry, while you were talking, Ian has committed to making you or me or both of us pizza one day.
Oh, shipping's got to be a pain on that, right?
Yeah, I want guaranteed fresh. Better still be warm.
he's got to he's got to flash freeze it or something. Send it
Yeah.
in a
Yeah,
styrofoam.
no, throw it on the barbecue. I'm not sure which part of the conversation spawned him to be all like, why? Might have been the barbecue part, but it's very close to oven baked,
Right, right.
right?
The
Because you put it on a low heat and you close the lid. Now it's not on stone.
right, right, but it's a yeah, but it's like a brick oven type thing.
Oh, Ian says, I'll come to you. I think he just invited himself over.
Yeah. Well, hey, glad to have you. Um, Donald said that he's got like a wood burned Doctor Strange piece. Now, Donald sets up the like at C2E2, he sets up a booth or something with like that's a heavy Doctor Strange.
Oh, Donald is the Doctor Strange archives, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, okay, I know who you were. It's funny that you have Punisher icon as your avatar. Um, throws me off.
I think that's just because he's banned
Oh,
or because he's a Marine.
right.
Because you know what they say, there's no such thing as an ex-Marine.
Cool.
But yeah, not much going on. Probably the big thing is I got the claim sale going on over on
Where
my.
how's that going? Last time I took a look, there's quite a lot of stuff was claimed already.
Yeah, there's a handful of items that moved, which is good. Um, it's for the most part, it's kind of like looking at the scene as far as how not a whole lot of comic conventions going on these days.
What do you
So
think that is?
what's that?
Why do you think that is?
I I don't know. Somebody said something about like Mexican beer or something.
Oh, that must be something in the air.
Rona's in the air.
No, that's Strangers in the Love. It's ever in the
Oh,
night. Is that the same thing you were thinking of?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not a lot of strangers in the night going on these days.
No, no, what? No.
Well, maybe in Florida. Um,
Yeah, see, Donald, head on over to the. This is what an awful plug. I feel so weird about it. But, Donald says, "Sucks. I'm having show withdrawal." Well, head right on over to Art of Jalen Warner and
on the Book of Faces.
on the book of
For a fine selection of original art.
original art. Yeah, see, and that's the thing is that I was actually talking to a friend the other day because I really kind of got out of the print game, you know,
Yeah.
and just because it was like, oh, man, everybody's doing prints. Yeah, Ian Taylor, shameless plug, go for it.
And did you know that Ian's got a podcast?
He does.
Sorry, go
Wait,
ahead.
yeah, I'm waiting until I get highlighted again on that. It's huge. No, the where were we at?
Prince.
Prince. Oh yeah, so I kind of got out of it because like everybody was doing it, and it was almost like you walk through it like Artist Alley and you same image, right? It was like,
Yeah.
and I mean, you could walk through Artist Alley and you'd see 50 different artists that had that one image of like movie Deadpool pointing his gun at you, you know. And it was like, you know, it was just like a screen cap or something that, you know, and it was like, dude, everybody's doing this, and it's like nothing seems original or anything like that. And it doesn't seem, you know, it seemed like it was just a big, you know, money making type ploy as opposed to really showcasing art and stuff like that. And you know, not
Right.
that I'm against money, but I mean, if you're an artist, you kind of got to do art, you know, and do something original. So, you know, don't necessarily copy stuff that's already been published or whatever and then just slap your name on it, you know.
Right.
But you know, I mean, but those guys are, you know, and don't get me wrong, those guys are killing it. More power to them. I don't have, you know, but it's just not, that's just not my scene. I'm not, you know, I'm not going that route. But I was talking about how with a friend of mine about how I'm kind of thinking about getting back into it. And I've been thinking about this for years, but actually doing, instead of like doing, you know, doing a print, you know, doing a drawing, inking it, and then digitally coloring it and doing all this stuff and specifically doing it as a print, I'm just going to do originals and then, you know, basically scan originals. If they need to be cleaned up in Photoshop, so be it. But for the most part, just do prints of originals. You know, that
Well,
way,
right.
you know what I mean? Where like you can get a print of something, you know, at a discounted price. Um, See you, Ian. Good night.
Right, Ian. I was just about to ask him if he wants to hop on and promote his podcast.
Yeah.
But he went to bed.
Um, but yeah, uh, but I figured, you know, if I just do like a finished original piece, like as an example, like say this painting, you know,
Right.
I
And do
could
prints of the painting.
prints of the painting and then still have the painting available for sale as well.
Yeah, but then would you need to do like limited edition litho prints or something like that?
Yeah, that'd be more the plan on that. You
Right,
know,
and that's different than recreations of whatever. Though there's
right.
a market for those, like you said.
Yeah, yeah, and that's, you know, that's fine. It's just dude, I can't compete with, you know, and not that it is a competition, but you know, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's just not my scene, you know.
You're a purist.
I don't know if it's so much a purist perspective. It might just be more of a laziness
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Just from the in the sense that, I mean, just the management of that. You get like a bajillion different prints. You have to, you know, lug them around from show to show. You know, then you got to store them when you're, you know, when you're not doing a show. It's just the logistics of management of that stuff is, you know, it's too much.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's
Yeah, so Donald's saying that he saw an artist once who did prints, but on the individual print, there was a small original, something on it to complement the print that didn't take too much time.
oh, like a remark, yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's like, for instance, I'll do like for my books, for my comic books, um, I'll do like every time, you know, somebody asks for it to get signed or whatever, I'll you know, I'll do a little remark, like a little sketch inside the cover or something, or even on the cover, just to, you know, give them a little something that, you know, added to the
A little
signature.
more personal.
Yeah,
Ever have somebody say, "No, don't do that"?
I have. I have. I was like, hey, you want to, do you want to, you know, you want me to sign it? Nope, nope, don't do that. I just want it raw. All right, bro. So, but you know, that's cool.
Yeah, to each their own, right?
Yep. I've had guys that came up and bought sketch covers and didn't want to sketch on them.
Sketch
Yeah,
covers of Mighty Moose.
yeah.
That's collectors. That's got to be collectors.
Yeah, they'll probably take it to somebody else and say, "Can you draw Captain America on this?"
Or that.
But hmm.
Yeah, I'm like kind of not reading up because there's not much reading up. Just kind of looking at what people are doing on the sketch cover part.
Mm-hmm.
How base work. And it's really interesting. Um, Still trying to wrap my head around it, but I'll
Yeah,
get there.
it's sometimes tough because you get like different pockets of different collectors. They have a different perspective on what they're looking for.
Right.
You'll get some guys that just want their typical superhero, and then you got other guys that are like, just show me boobs. You know, it's just it's interesting, and once you tap into a certain market.
Boobs. Enjoy your dinner, Donald. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, see you, Donald. Let's see. So,
Oh,
boobs.
JD and the Hizzle.
Our glorious leader.
I hope it didn't wake him up.
He was probably in a meeting. So yeah, like I said, on Thursday I'm doing the thing with Sean and Rodney.
Are you doing the 30-minute sketch off?
Probably, which will be interesting because they got they had they because the sheer arrogance of these guys, they went and turned around and built their own little group or a little fan page or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that. It's great. I love it.
No, but they Tina put up a poll, which I thought was kind of cool for what to do for the sketch off thing.
Yeah, you should make sure to add Squirrel Girl to the poll.
Oh, I should. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot you can actually add stuff. I should just add Transformers.
Transformers, the Squirrel Girl Transformers.
Squirrel Girl versus Devastator.
So they did a group and
So yeah, so they got the poll, and I think it was what was the two things on the poll? One was Wonder Woman versus Cheetah.
Shazam versus Captain Marvel.
That's it. Yeah, Shazam
Oh
versus
no, Shazam versus Black Adam. Sorry.
So, and of course, there was already, Tina already voted for the Shazam versus Black Adam. I had to vote because originally I got a note from Sean saying, "Hey, I don't know um, if Rodney's going to be able to do it. Can you fill in for him?" And I was like, "Yeah, I could do that. No big deal." So, but as it turns out, Rodney can in fact make it. So, but they said, "Hey, if you want, we'll just have you on as, a guest." And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, if it's only one person versus one person, then you got to like add a third you know, or whatever. I don't know.
Or you
So
can take your pick of
I
whichever
haven't
one
checked
you
their
do.
page. So, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Let's,
Um,
JD had to go record some audio for work.
oh yeah, yeah. In a
Kids
world,
and family.
in a world where you actually have to work for a living and can't sit around and watching live streams.
You'll figure it out.
So yeah, while we were doing this, my daughter came home. She's doing a training thing with this gal. She used to play soccer professionally, and through the Red Stars, the Chicago Red Stars, and so she just had her training session with her, and then she had to pop in, change her shirt, so she can go. She's got practice as well, so it was like back to back.
Busy girl.
Yep, yep. I mean, with the seasons being canceled and stuff this year, they've actually been pretty good. The clubs have been pretty good about keeping as soon as they got to whatever phase it was to open things up for kids to train and stuff. They've been pretty good about keeping up with the practices, because usually during the summer it's like they don't have practice, but they didn't have a spring season, and big question mark on the fall season
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Well, I
So
gotta say, like it's interesting. I don't know how bad it gets in the Chicago area come the fall with flu season.
yeah, I mean, for the kids, I think flu season is just flu season.
Yeah, but I mean, like in the Toronto area, like in Southern Ontario, it's a very humid region, so it's very easy to catch a cold once it start getting cold because you inhale all that cold air.
Yeah.
And so I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with all this Mexican beer stuff.
I don't think that'll be much different, to be honest. Um, yeah, I think it'll be pretty standard. Um, the bigger issue that we have, especially with with younger kids, anyways, is I know when Kaylee was in elementary school, it seemed like every other day some kid showed up with strep throat, which was
Or pink eye.
yeah, or lice or whatever. I mean, it's always something. But uh, we we found out that Kaylee, my daughter, is she's a carrier for strep, but she doesn't exhibit any um, symptoms.
Oh, okay.
So like she could have it and not know it, and then spread it around, but she never gets sick herself. It's weird.
Yeah, that's. I don't know that was a thing. No, I don't know much about
Yeah,
any of this stuff.
yeah,
So
neither did I. Because I'm not a physician, but yeah, apparently that's the deal.
yeah, Rona.
My Corona. My chalupa.
Diarrhea. Ta, ta, ta. Let's be with some butthead. I think this is little I am cornholio. I
I
need
need
something.
for my bunghole.
Diarrhea. Ta, ta, ta. So
Yeah,
why didn't you just like slice up the scan into a couple of pieces and go to like Kinko's or Staples or whatever you guys have there and print it out 9.5 by 11?
Because that would mean I'd have to go do something.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, it's I gotta get in the car, I gotta go do that, I gotta put a mask on, I gotta,
Talk to people.
yeah, I have to interact with humans. So
Yes. So I don't have a scanner anymore, and I gotta scan two things. And
oh
I gotta go to Staples and do it and pay 80 cents. And
well,
it's like, are you kidding me? I gotta go and do all of this, and then I don't know what bothers me more, the fact that I have to go and deal with people at Staples, or the fact that I have to do all that work and then get charged 80 cents for it.
yeah.
Like, this seems like it should be like a $7 charge, and I can just give it to them, and then they'll give me a nice color corrected 600 DPI sRGB file. But I have a feeling they're going to give me a Word document or a bitmap.
It seems to me that you should probably just get a scanner.
I have one, and I'm pretty sure it's in storage because I hadn't used it for like 7 years. And then
Mm-hmm.
when I moved the office, I'm like, okay, well, I haven't used this thing more than like twice. So let's put it in storage because there's no point selling it.
Right.
Um, but that would mean that I have to go to storage and dig through boxes. And
Yeah, because it's much easier to go to Kinko's every 10 minutes or
I
go to.
don't usually need to scan anything. That's the thing. I haven't scanned anything in ages. For most stuff, I just take a picture on my phone or off the DSLR, and it's fine. So actually, just try to take a picture with the camera.
Well, how do you do cards then when you have to send in scans of your cards?
I lay them out on my table and take a picture of my phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nine up.
I should do that because it's such a pain laying them out on the scanner.
Oh yeah, just 9 up and send them out. I mean, phones it's coming in at like 12.1 megapixel
Right.
stability control, blah blah blah. What do you need anything better? Some It's not no skid. It's gonna be like, I don't like that because the neckline's too low. It's like, dude, that's Gambit.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go into that whole Gambit thing.
Yeah. It's a sore
That's a,
subject.
yeah, that's a sore subject. Um, we'll address that later in September. We'll talk about Gambits.
Yeah. The.
Kind of hope my Gambit gets ejected.
Yeah. You know what? I did. Yeah. I can't go into it, but there's one that it's not a. I mean, it's actually a really nice card, but it doesn't fall within the framework that I wanted to do.
Right. It's not a proper representation of the Jalen Warner brand.
No, no, not that. It's just
Oh no.
no. I was going for a theme, and as it turns out, I found out after I finished it that it wasn't in the theme. Okay, my wife just popped in to tell me something, and she whispered it, and I didn't hear it, and just naturally said okay. So I hope I didn't commit to something.
The car's on fire. Okay.
Okay, good to know. Um, yeah. The what time is it?
10 more minutes.
Yeah, I think she's just going to Kaylee's practice because they popped in, and then apparently my wife came back home, so she must be going there. Um, yeah. Before that, what were we talking about?
You try to do something, it didn't
Oh
work
yeah,
out.
yeah. So yeah, so I was trying to stick with a theme, and it turns out that what I did was not necessarily in that theme, even though loosely it is, but whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's purely just to keep things, um, in the same. I don't know. It's just my head. Nobody will notice. Nobody will care. Because that
Right,
rule,
because no one's gonna have a full set of
yeah, because
your
that rule,
parts from a.
that rule doesn't necessarily, you know, it's not like a rule where you had to follow a certain theme. It was just myself doing it,
Okay.
with one exception, which is
Who's the character? Can you say?
um yeah, I gotta look it up. Sabra. Sabra.
Never heard of him or her.
Her.
Her. All right.
It was a suggestion that was that once popped up on the on the
Oh,
uh,
okay.
on the MCCW thing. Um and actually kind of an interesting character. So, and she was fun to draw.
I did some some serious deep cuts on the last set I did. Even the one that I'm working on now, a few of them are a little French, but I did. I don't even remember what her name is.
I did one on a previous set um that I'm not sure if it's going to make it through because it's so obscure that I'm sure nobody will even know. I mean, maybe it'll slip through because they're like, yeah, I don't know what this is, sure. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, I no way. What is this? You know? Um so I'm hoping that one gets through because it is super super duper obscure
Yeah.
and kind of funny. Um but we'll see. Just waiting for those approvals, you know.
Hmm.
Seems like there's a lot of them out there too.
There is a lot of product coming out, right? So
Yeah, and kind of running out of calendar year.
yeah, I'm just starting to get a little impatient with APs. Like it's been January, and that's we're pushing 8.5 months now,
Yeah,
and I don't want to get into the whole AP thing because that's just not constructive. But
yeah.
ooh, what's going on? These are sets from last year, so okay, I'm asking for approval on sets that haven't been released.
I said,
I got Endgame. I got Endgame, Far From Home, and Premiere.
hmm,
Right, let's go, people.
yeah, I got was it I sent an email in about it was about the set that came out, the Goodwins thing,
Yeah, yeah.
or the Aesop's Fables, and just looking to get uh an issue rectified and just you know quiet, you know, no reply, and it's kind of a real issue, you know.
Hmm.
So I gotta send them another. I actually have to, part of it's my fault because I gotta apparently send the email again. But
You
uh,
should send it to the girl in legal too. Not to mention everyone's name, but
oh yeah, that's actually not a bad idea, or at least send it again and then copy
CC
it.
her. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was chatting with someone earlier today, like, and I really don't want to get into it because
Right.
I want to wash my dirty laundry in
Yeah, yeah,
public. But
yeah. No, that's exactly was my point.
yeah, it's all part of doing business.
Yep. Well, you get to do it twofold too. Just in the nature of your business.
Yeah, it's, you know what? I'll tell you one thing from real work, call it, in real life. Um, I have clients that are major, like global corporations,
Right.
and I have clients that are mom and pop shop next door.
Right.
The mom and pop shops need so much hand holding, and you obviously can't charge them the same.
Right.
And then the big global corporations, you jump through a lot of hoops to get started, but once you're there, it's so like click, 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 click. Yeah, do this, do this, do this, approved, go, send your payment. 48 hours later, electronic transfer. And I'm not talking like $45, right?
Right. Right.
Like I have to chase people for $33,
Uh,
like
you know,
$30 plus tax, right?
yeah.
And then the other hand, I'll get like a payment for 10 times that within 24 hours.
Yep. And,
Yeah, invoice,
and
oh, got it approved. Yeah, oh, you missed the work order number. I added it for you, right?
what's funny is because I've done a lot of logo design stuff, and and as a freelancer, it's logo design just sucks. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, I actually enjoy doing it, but like the actual business side of it just is awful because generally when you're working with a client, you turn around and you say, hey, the client says, I want this.
Yeah, but the client never knows what they want.
Right, exactly. But they say, I want this, and then you give them exactly what they want, and they say,
No, no, you're wrong. You give them exactly what they asked for.
well, yeah, okay.
No,
It,
that's the key, I
they
think.
they ask for, and then they turn around and say, okay, just for giggles, can you do something completely the opposite of what I say I want, just so I can see the contrast? So you do that, and it's like, nah, it's not quite different enough. Can you do, and then next thing you know, you've got like several different comps, right? And then they come back and they say, okay, uh, like what you did here, but we're going to stick with the original idea.
Yeah, this is like I don't do logo design anymore, really,
So yeah,
for
but
that
then
exact
you get
reason.
back to the but then you get back to the original idea and you finish it off and you do the whole thing, and then you send them their bill, and they're flabbergasted by the bill because it's like, well, wait a minute. Um,
I
uh,
didn't use the other ones.
yeah. It's like, yeah, but you did the first one. Why is the bill so high? Well, dude, it's an hourly rate, bro. I mean, you can give me as many versions as you want. I don't. That's fine. I'm not going to not charge you for the stuff you didn't, go with.
Yeah, and this is where the big John Jay Dunn says, I like it, but can you give it a little more the personality, make it look smart? This is where the contrast is between small business and large business. The
Right,
small business doesn't, well, one part of it is because most of them are owner operator, right? So they're
right,
sitting there and they're like, I'm gonna get a logo, it's gonna cost me X, right?
right.
That's my budget to spend on it. I'm gonna dick around with the designer for 6 months, but it's still gonna cost me X because that's what they have in their head and they budget and everything else. A larger
Right.
company understands time and materials.
Well, larger companies also, they've got, for the most part, they've got money to burn.
Well, yeah, one to have that, and it's not their personal money out of their pocket. The brand manager or the marketing director is not paying for it out of their pocket. He's got a
Exactly.
budget. You know, okay, I
Exactly.
got $10,000 to rebrand the company.
Yep.
Um, for creative services or whatever it is,
Yep.
and he'll go and spend that money. Yeah, he'll keep an eye on it so it doesn't go over.
Right. But
But
has no problem with spending every dime of that $10,000.
well, never mind that he has to spend every dime of $10,000 because they look at annual budgets,
Yep.
and if you didn't spend your budget this year, you're not going to
Yep.
get the same amount of money next year because like, oh, you asked for, let's
Yeah,
say
it's
your
cooked in. Yeah, it's
your
cooked in.
Coke, and you asked for $1 million this year for your regional marketing, and then you didn't spend it. You're not going to get $1 million next year.
Yep.
You got to
Yep.
spend it and show results so you can ask for more.
Yep.
So that's where the advantage is. Oh, yeah, you jump through more hoops and it's more work for, well, actually it's not more work because you actually get paid for the work.
Right.
Um, but yeah, this is like, I haven't done logo design in years for that exact reason because I was think last time I did a logo, I was doing 175 for logo design. And I
Yeah.
was like, I can't spend 20 hours. Okay, let's try a different shade of blue
Yeah.
just
I
so I
do
see what it looks like because people
my
can't visualize, right?
my my rate for logo design was basically $50 an hour. Okay. But
Yeah,
in one
I flat rated it, which was stupid.
hmm?
I used to
Well,
flat rate it, which was stupid.
I do a flat rate as well. It's basically okay, you want a logo, or a design or whatever, it's going to be $250. But it's at $50 an hour. So if I get the whole thing done within an hour, I get paid $250. If
Yeah,
I
but
if I do it in 5 hours, it's $250. If it's 6 hours, then it starts going up at that point.
right.
You
Yeah,
know,
and
like,
that's hard to explain to people. I just dipped the wrong end of the brush in the water.
nice. Are
Oh,
you
Chris
are you
Brown is in.
painting with that?
Sorry?
Are you painting with the long end of the brush?
No, I'm painting with the proper end.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've done a logo. Been doing that, but um, yeah, it's a little tricky. I mean, I'll still do it because it's not like I got people beating down my door for much of anything really. Um, but yeah, you, I definitely have to lay it all out right out from the get go. I mean, I had a guy. Um, it was kind of, and I even warned my wife against it. So like my wife's old boss, his wife was doing was opening some kind of a social therapy type thing or whatever for kids, you know,
Okay.
and starting this company, and she worked in the hospital and did that stuff for for special needs kids, but she was going to go privatize it, right, do her own thing, and it was all cool. And then but she needed a logo for her business, and my wife came to me and said, hey, my boss's wife is doing this thing, can you do this? I was like, this is not a good idea.
No.
You do not, I do not want to take on your superior as a client, because if that relationship, you know forgive my French, shits the bed, then how does that affect your job, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's like, you never do business with friends and family.
Exactly, or your wife's boss.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So um because let's face it, the wife's the breadwinner. So the but she's like, no, no, it's fine. He said, you just treat him like any other client, and he fully expects that's what he doesn't want any favors or anything like that. It's like, all right, cool. So she talked me into it. I did it. Sure enough, the end bill came, and I even said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and give him a cut on the bill, because I know that these guys don't know what the hell they're dealing with. right? And sure enough, even with the discount, they freaked out. And I go, this is exactly, and then of course, now I'm getting shit from my wife. And I go, dude, this is why I didn't want to do this. So ended up
Yeah.
doing all this work, giving them a heavy discount, and then they were gone. And I mean, it's just, I don't know,
I
it's just
mean,
bad juju, you know?
part of it has to do with the fact that a lot of people don't appreciate or understand what goes into creative anything. Um,
Well, it's also you do a comp. Let's say you do a hand drawn comp for a logo or something, and then you go through several comps where you do it that way, and then you narrow it down to a couple of other things. Now you got to go in and redo it all in vector format or something, and make it really professional. I mean, there's a lot of man hours that are
yeah,
put in.
but that's it. People don't understand or appreciate. Also, don't appreciate it. Like, can't you just copy paste that? Like, if it was a matter of just copy pasting it, why aren't you doing it?
Well,
You
it's
know what I
also
mean? Like,
those things where it's like, no, I have to put it in a format where not only can you know, basically have the sign printed, and built for your, brick and mortar joint, but also you can use this as your letterhead. You could use it as for your business cards. You can use it to embroider your employees, shirts.
right? No, but that's it because there's the lack of understanding and the lack of education from people, and this is another reasons like I don't really do that kind of stuff anymore.
Right,
Um, is because as I'm getting older, I don't have the patience to deal with it.
right,
To sit there and explain to someone for an hour and a half why the pencil sketch that I did for them is not good enough. And
right.
now it's going to take me 3 hours to get it ready for them to use for their brand. Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the large corporations, those guys, they're not coming to small studios, small agencies to do a rebrand and drop like $75,000, right?
No,
They're going
no.
to go to the big advertising agencies and everything else, and they deal with it there. So for that type of stuff, there's no same thing with business card design.
Yeah.
Like, I can't charge 8 hours for someone to design them a business card. It doesn't make sense,
No.
right? Go to Vistaprint, design it online, get it printed yourself. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Grab whatever clip art you want from the Google.
No, no,
All right,
don't
hold
do
on. So
that.
give me just a minute.
Yeah, so much for my hour stream.
Sorry about that. I let the dog out.
Yeah, no
Hello?
problem.
Hello?
Hola, hola. Yeah, I gotta wrap this up because that hour ended 20
An
minutes
hour
ago.
ago.
Yeah, I gotta still have work to do.
Yeah, same here. But
But it's like, man, the thing with painting, especially working on a larger piece, like once you get into it, I could go at this for another 3 hours easy.
oh yeah.
And, it's,
Yeah,
it's
I mean
happening with
this
the sketch card project that I'm working on now. That obviously I'm spending way too long on some of the cards because that's
right.
my MO. Um, but I have some blanks at the office that I'm kind of working on during lunchtime or whenever I kind of have time.
Right.
And then I have a batch at home, and I'm doing two different styles. I'm doing one style at home. So there's one set of cards at home that look they have a specific aesthetic, and then a completely different one at the office.
Nice.
So
Yeah, for this large format, this is 22 by 25 ish.
damn.
Yeah, no, it's huge.
Switch.
But I mean, it's like, okay, well, because I've increasingly gotten bigger and bigger. So this is here's the Electra piece.
And that's what,
It's a good question.
like
This,
18 by something.
yeah, it's 16 by, what is that? 16 by 20,
Okay.
which is a decent size. And then of course uh, the Jane Foster Thor is much smaller.
Yeah.
But I've been getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it's getting to the point with this thing. I'm probably gonna have to actually bust out the easel.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know how it is when you're like working, especially like on a flat surface or whatever. When you draw something, if you don't move and like look straight at it, you get
Yeah,
that
you
weird,
circle the curb. Yeah.
you get the weird perspective where their heads are giant and their bodies get, it's almost like this inverted, it's like a V shape.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a good start on this doodle.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, you're gonna transfer it, so this is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
the third time you're
Well,
doing this work.
I'm gonna block this all in with like Sharpie or something and tighten it up, and then work on some of the background and stuff, throw it in there, and then just do the transfer from that. But I wanted to use the cola race here, so it's not like,
Why
this
don't
is,
you do it straight on the board?
what's that?
Why don't you do this straight on the board? I mean, you're painting over it.
Because I just want to take a look at the composition before actually throwing it on the board. Make sure it's squared away before I
All right.
but I want to have it all fleshed out and figured out before I actually put paint to board. That way I can just kind of follow.
No,
you
but
know
that's what I'm saying because you're working with paint, so I mean, you can overwork it 17 times on the board.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I don't
super
want to
fun.
think on the fly. I just want to, I'd rather focus more on the actual painting, the use of the material itself than the composition when I get to that point.
All right,
And
fine, be that way.
well, I mean, dude, talking talking to a guy who's not a painter. So
Yeah, that's fine. Be that way. I don't
yeah,
care.
oh, that's cool.
It's
No,
fine.
do it the hard way. That's
Mm.
easy. Whatever.
I'm just saying it saves time.
Yeah, it probably does, but like when I did when I did that Thor piece or whatever, I kind of went into it willy nilly, and I didn't have a real game plan, and it seemed like I just kept redoing and redoing stuff as I was, you know, outthinking myself during it. So
Yeah, but you were doing that with the paint, like trying to get comfortable with the medium, not about the composition, because your drawing didn't change from much
yeah,
from the original, right?
right, right. But I guess I'm just trying to make it as idiot proof as I possibly can.
All right.
So, which very difficult for me. Um, but yeah. So let's see, what is it?
Well, I really got to wrap it up. Oh my God, it's almost 7. Okay.
Um,
Check out Arta J. Lynn Warner on Facebook for his fantabulous claim sale, which ends soon, right?
Yeah, it's Friday. Yeah, I was actually gonna promote myself, believe it or not.
Okay,
Um,
you do it.
yeah, no, so like claim sales still going on the on Art of Jalen Warner Facebook page. It is going until Friday, and then payment is due by the following Friday for the claims.
Or
Uh,
now,
what's that?
or pay for it now.
Or you can pay for it now, whatever. And then shipping is right after that. The I'm also going to make the appearance on the Rodney and Sean show with their Thursday night draw.
Yeah,
So that should
that's
be
the Hasm Productions one, right?
yeah, that's the Hasm page. Hasm Productions, right? That's the page.
Yeah, I think so.
They'll the Facebook page, they'll have the live feed there. They also do the Friday night sketch, which is on the Sean Forney illustration page. And it's
Also known as the Friday night draw.
the 8? Yeah, Friday night draw. Is it 8 Eastern?
8 Eastern, both. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be goofing around with those guys. I got to figure out what I can work on there. I might actually even bust out paints, for the latter half of that. They do the quick sketch off thing, the 30-minute deal. I think they've got on their group. What is the group name? Do you know?
I don't know. It's like Facebook ID 754433792-5. I think it's it's Hasm Production, or I don't know what it is. I'm sorry.
All right, whatever. Their group.
Post it in the comments after.
Thursday night. Yeah, it's a Thursday night draw. Um, they've got a poll going as far as what do you want people uh to draw. If they've got like a 30-minute window or whatever to you know do a sketch, and then they sell them off. So
So make sure you go there and vote for Squirrel
really,
Girl versus
and
Megatron.
it's super reasonable pricing too for those sketches. So
Oh yeah, that's a bargain.
those, yeah, whoever's picking those things up are killing it.
Last week I was gonna grab I can't remember the guest, the guy on Friday. I was just about to message claim, and then they said, "Oh yeah, his is gone." The guy
Yeah,
from Paw Patrol.
Jay Fawcett. I think
Is
he's done
that
some sketch cards too. He's got that real cartoony look that's kind of like Paul Hill and Gordon Wills.
Yeah, yeah, it
Love
was
his,
very nice. His I think it was Baroness that he was doing.
yeah, that Baroness was tight.
Yeah, and then I got outbid. Not outbid. Man, I watch those things on my crappy satellite internet connection. That's why my comments are always like 3 minutes late.
Right,
I'll
right.
make a comment about something that they talked about 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very hard to. I'm sitting there
Which is
posting.
always funny because they read the comment and say, "Oh, he must have been talking about that thing we said a half an hour ago."
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah, I'm really running something. Okay, I gotta wrap it up.
yeah,
Sorry.
rock and roll.
Longest hour ever. Everyone, thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in. Are you gonna go live tomorrow on the MCCW?
That's the game plan. Seems like it would make sense just if for no other reason than to pimp the claim sale. So,
Oh. All right. So make sure you catch
yeah,
Jason, part of the MCC.
stuff. So it might be a short one, but yeah, that's the game plan.
And we'll catch you Thursday with the lads.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jay. Bye.
Yep. Thanks, man.